She announced, "I'm pregnant and you're the father. No DNA test needed." I said agreed. Then I played the video of her coaching someone on what to say to baby trap me. Her lawyer couldn't explain that away. Original post. I, 33, work in IT security. Been with Melissa, 29, for about 18 months. Things were good at first. She was fun, ambitious, worked in marketing at a startup. We moved in together 6 months ago, split everything 50-50ths. About 3 months back, things got weird. She started dropping hints about marriage, kids, the whole deal. When I said I wanted to wait at least another year before even thinking about engagement, she got this look. Not angry, just calculating. 2 weeks ago, Thursday evening. I'm working late from home, headphones on, debugging code. Melissa thinks I've already left for my buddy Trevor's place. I'd mentioned grabbing beers with him. But Trevor canceled last minute, so I stayed home to finish a project. My home office shares a wall with our bedroom. Through my noise-canceling headphones, I hear muffled talking. Take them off. Realize Melissa's on speakerphone. Remember what we practiced, Mel? You have to sell it completely. That was her friend Nicole's voice. I know Nicole. She's the one who bragged about getting her ex to pay child support for a kid that turned out wasn't his. Real piece of work. Melissa, I know. I'm just nervous. What if he asked for a paternity test? Nicole, we went over this. You cry. You act hurt that he doesn't trust you. Make him feel guilty. Say the stress could harm the baby. Melissa, right? And if he still insists, Nicole, then you stall. Say you'll do it after the birth. By then, you're either actually pregnant from all the extra trying, or you've had time to figure something else out. My blood went ice cold. Melissa, the ovulation kit says I'm peak fertility tomorrow through Sunday. Nicole, perfect. Seduce him tomorrow, really go all out. Then wait 2 weeks, and boom, you're pregnant. Even if you're not, you can fake it for a month or 2 while you keep trying. Melissa, God, I hate that he's so careful with protection. Nicole laughed. Girl, that's why I told you poke holes. Did you do it? Yeah, the whole box. He'll never notice. I'm sitting there frozen. Then I remember, I'm in IT security. My computer is always recording when I'm working. Security habit. I pull up the audio, boost the gain. Crystal clear. They kept talking for another 20 minutes. How Melissa would handle my family. How to get me to propose quickly for the baby. How she'd calculated child support based on my salary that she'd found in my tax documents. I saved everything to 3 different cloud services, emailed it to my personal accounts, and put on 2 USB drives. Then I acted normal when she came out. Hey babe, Trevor bailed. Want to watch something? She smiled, kissed me. Sure. Actually, why don't we have an early night instead? The seduction attempt started right then. I played along, but claimed I was exhausted from work. She looked frustrated, but didn't push it. That night, I slept on the couch, claiming back pain. Friday morning, I called in sick to work and went to see my lawyer brother, Anthony. Update 1, 3 days later. After meeting with Anthony, I had a game plan. He said the recording was admissible since it was in my own home and I was party to the space where the conversation occurred. But he suggested getting more evidence. Friday night, Melissa went all out. Lingerie, candles, the works. I played along until the critical moment, then claimed sudden stomach issues and locked myself in the bathroom for an hour. She was pissed. Saturday, she tried the emotional approach. Don't you love me? Don't you want me? Is there someone else? I assured her everything was fine, just work stress and feeling sick. Meanwhile, I'd already found a studio apartment and put down a deposit. Moving truck scheduled for Wednesday when she'd be at work. Sunday night, she made one more attempt. This time, I couldn't avoid it without raising serious suspicion, but I brought my own protection that I'd kept hidden in my car. She didn't notice the switch. Monday morning rolled around. I'm working from home, but actually packing stuff when she's gone. Then Wednesday happens. I'd taken the day off. Movers came at 10 a.m., had everything out by noon. Only took my stuff, left all her things perfectly arranged. Even left the furniture we'd bought together. But I did take photos of everything for documentation. At 2 p.m., I get the text I've been expecting. Melissa, we need to talk. I have something important to tell you. Me, working late tonight. Can it wait until tomorrow? Melissa, no. I'm pregnant. There it was. Me, come home. We'll talk. She arrived at 4 p.m., looking nervous but excited. I was sitting in the living room with my laptop. So pregnant, huh? She nodded, tears already forming. I know we didn't plan this, but I'm so happy. We're going to be parents. How far along? About 2 weeks, maybe 3. That's weird. We've been careful. The tears started. I can't believe you're doubting me. How would you think I'd lie about this? I opened my laptop. I don't think you're lying about being pregnant. I think you're lying about it being an accident. Her face changed. What are you talking about? I hit play on the recording. Update 2, the next day. The look on Melissa's face as she heard her own voice plotting to baby trap me was something I'll never forget. It went from confusion to horror to rage in about 10 seconds. You were recording me? In our home. My home, actually. Only my name on the lease, remember? And I was recording my office for work. You just happened to be loud enough to hear through the wall. She tried to snatch the laptop. I closed it and stood up. That's illegal. You can't record me without consent. Actually, I can. One-party consent stayed, and I was present in the adjacent room. Plus, it's my residence. My lawyer already confirmed. That's when she noticed the empty spaces where my stuff used to be. Where's your computer? Your books? You're gone. I moved out this morning. The tears turned to hysteria. You can't leave me. I'm pregnant with your baby. No, you're not. Yes, I am. She pulled out 3 pregnancy tests from her purse. All positive. Oh, I believe you're pregnant. Just not with my baby. What? See, after I heard your little planning session, I was very careful. I used protection that you didn't have access to. So either you're lying about the timeline, or it's someone else's. Either way, not my problem. She went pale. You knew. You knew, and you still. Still what? Used protection during consensual relations with my girlfriend? Yeah, guilty. Then came the threats. I'll destroy you. I'll tell everyone you abandoned your pregnant girlfriend. Go ahead. I'll share the recording of you planning to trap me. No one will believe you. Won't they? I have the Poke condoms too, by the way. Kept them as evidence. And screenshots of your text with Nicole about this whole plan. That was a bluff. I didn't have texts. But she didn't know that. Her phone rang. Nicole, don't answer that, I said. We're due. I don't care. But you should know she's also in the recording. Pretty sure her ex would love to hear about how she bragged about defrauding him. Melissa answered anyway. Put it on speaker. Nicole, he knows everything. What? How? He recorded us talking. Nicole went quiet then. Get a lawyer. Say it's fake. Deep fakes are a thing now. I laughed. Audio forensics are also a thing, Nicole. And I have the originals with metadata. Plus, Melissa, remember that nanny cam you insisted we get for security? It backs up to the cloud. Guess what else it recorded? We didn't have a nanny cam. But again, she didn't know that. Melissa broke down completely. Not pretty tears, full ugly sobbing. This isn't how it was supposed to go. No, how is it supposed to go? You were supposed to be happy, to propose, to want this baby. The baby you tried to trick me into having? The one you were going to use for child support and alimony. She couldn't answer. You have 30 days to move out. That's legally required notice. Your stuff stays here until then. But I'm not coming back. I left her there crying and went to stay with Anthony. Update 3, 1 week later. The smear campaign started immediately. Melissa went on every social media platform claiming I'd abandoned her while pregnant, that I was a deadbeat, that I was abusive. Some people bought it initially, but then Nicole made a mistake. She posted supporting Melissa, saying, some men can't handle responsibility. My ex was the same way with our daughter. I sent the recording to Nicole's ex, Roberto. Not my finest moment, but I was pissed. Roberto called me within an hour. Is this real? 100%. This lines up with what I suspected. Thank you. Turns out Roberto had been paying child support for 3 years. He immediately filed for a paternity test through the courts. Nicole tried to refuse, but the court ordered it. The kid wasn't his. Nicole had to pay back 3 years of child support plus damages. Last I heard, she was looking at fraud charges. But Melissa wasn't done. She lawyered up. Some ambulance chaser who took her case on contingency, probably thinking I was actually the father. Her lawyer, Mr. Brennan, sent a demand letter. Child support, emotional damages, and pregnancy-related expenses. Total, $50,000 plus monthly support. Anthony responded with a recording, the evidence of the tampered condoms, and a demand for a paternity test. Their response? Melissa would agree to a paternity test after the birth, due to health concerns. Anthony's response? Prenatal paternity tests are completely safe and non-invasive. We demand one within 14 days, or we'll consider this admission that my client is not the father. Then things got interesting. Melissa's mom, Dorothy, called me. Not angry, just sad. Ethan, please. She made a mistake. She loves you. Dorothy, she tried to fraud me into parenthood. She was desperate. She thought you were going to leave her. I wasn't, but I sure am now. The baby needs a father. Then she should find the actual father. Long silence. What do you mean? Ask your daughter who else she's been seeing. Turns out Dorothy didn't know about the plan. When I sent her the recording, she went ballistic. Not at me, at Melissa. Update 4, 2 weeks later. The truth came out in the most spectacular way. Dorothy confronted Melissa, who finally admitted the timeline was off. She was already pregnant when she made the plan with Nicole. The father? Her coworker Jason, who's married with 2 kids. She'd been having an affair for 4 months. When she found out she was pregnant, she panicked. Jason wouldn't leave his wife. So she and Nicole concocted the plan to pin it on me. Dorothy was disgusted. She called me apologizing profusely and offered to testify if needed. But the best part? Jason's wife found out. How? Melissa texted him in desperation after I left, begging him to leave his wife. He ignored her, so she texted his wife from a burner phone. His wife, Angela, called me. You're Ethan? The one Melissa tried to pin this on? Yeah. I'm Jason's wife, soon-to-be ex-wife. Thank you for exposing this. Can you send me that recording? I did. Angela filed for divorce the next day. Then Mr. Brennan, Melissa's lawyer, dropped her as a client. Turns out lawyers don't like being lied to about basic facts. Who knew? Melissa tried representing herself in court for the restraining order I filed. Yeah, she'd been showing up at my work. The judge listened to the recording, looked at the evidence, and granted it immediately. She actually asked Melissa, "Did you really think this would work?" Melissa tried to explain it was just talk, and she never meant it. The judge's response: "You tampered with birth control. That's reproductive coercion. You're lucky you're not facing criminal charges." Actually, about those criminal charges, Update 5, 1 month later. The district attorney's office got interested. Reproductive coercion isn't explicitly illegal in my state, but fraud is. And attempting to obtain money, child support, through fraudulent means definitely is. They offered Melissa a plea deal, probation and restitution for the cost of my moving expenses and legal fees. She refused, wanted to go to trial. Bad move. During discovery, they found texts between her and Nicole going back 6 months planning various versions of this. Not just with me, she had backup targets. 2 other guys she was casually talking to, both with good jobs. They also found she'd done this before. Her ex from 3 years ago, Kyle, came forward after seeing the case in the news. Same playbook, but he'd caught her before she could execute it fully. He'd been too embarrassed to report it then. The trial was swift. Melissa took the stand and tried to claim I'd led her on about wanting kids. The prosecutor played the recording where she explicitly said I wanted to wait and she needed to trap me. Guilty. Fraud and attempted theft by deception. Sentence: 2 years probation, 200 hours community service, and $15,000 restitution to me for legal fees and damages. Plus, she has to register as a fraud offender, which shows up on background checks. Her startup fired her immediately. No marketing firm wants someone convicted of fraud handling their clients' accounts. Nicole got hit worse. Roberto's case turned criminal. She got 5 years, 2 suspended, for 3 years of fraudulent child support claims. Jason's divorce went through. He's paying actual child support now, but only after the paternity test confirmed it. His ex-wife took him for everything else, though. House, cars, half his 401k. Final update, 3 months later. It's been 3 months since everything exploded. Here's where everyone ended up. Melissa, living with her parents, working retail. The baby was born last month. Jason's confirmed via court-ordered paternity test. Jason pays the minimum child support required by law and has made it clear he wants no involvement beyond that. She tried to appeal the fraud conviction, but was denied. Still owes me $12,000 in restitution. Nicole, currently serving time. Lost her job, her apartment, everything. Roberto got full custody of their daughter, who adores him despite not being biologically his. He chose to remain her father, just without Nicole in the picture. Jason, divorced, living in a one-bedroom apartment, paying child support to Melissa and alimony to Angela. His reputation at work is shot. Probably looking at 18 years of financial struggle. Angela, Jason's ex-wife, doing great actually. Got the house, primary custody of their kids, and started her own business with a divorce settlement. Dorothy, Melissa's mom, apologized to me. Repeatedly. She's helping with the baby, but told Melissa she's disgusted by her behavior. They have a very strained relationship now. As for me, I'm good. Better than good, actually. The studio apartment is perfect for my needs. Work gave me a raise after everything. My boss was impressed by how I handled it professionally. Started dating someone new. Claire, a software engineer who thinks the whole story is insane, but appreciates that I protected myself. The $3,000 I've received so far in restitution went toward a nice vacation. First real break I've taken in years. My brother Anthony says I should write a book about this. Maybe I will. Lessons learned. 1. Trust your gut when something feels off. 2. Living in a one-party consent state is clutch. 3. Always use your own protection. 4. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. 5. Document everything. To anyone reading this going through something similar, protect yourself, get a lawyer, and don't feel guilty for exposing someone's scheme. They made their choices. And Melissa, since I know you're reading this, Anthony says you've been checking my social media with fake accounts. How's that trap working out for you now? Enjoy explaining your fraud conviction to every potential employer for the next decade. Peace out, Reddit. Thanks for letting me vent through this insanity. Edit. For those asking, yes, I got tested for STDs after finding out about Jason. All clean, thankfully. Edit 2. Stop delaying me asking for the recording. I'm not sharing it for legal reasons. The case is closed, but I'm not risking anything. Edit 3. To the people saying I should have manned up and raised the kid anyway, absolutely not. Reproductive coercion is abuse, regardless of gender. Flip the script and imagine a man tampering with a woman's birth control. Same thing.